Patreon patrons, hope you're having a wonderful day. I am so excited for this season, just letting the summer hair go, planning lots of fun things for the summer. Thank you so much for voting for summer perks and just trying to restructure Patreon and seeing how I can better serve you, and then also just see how I can work with the structure. Because if you know me, I'm a former middle school teacher. I like to see things from start to finish. You can take the teacher out of the school, but you can't take the teacher out of me, right? That type of thing. So I decided to go with a quarterly focus, and you voted on the first quarterly focus, and that is finger picking. So each week you're going to receive something where we have, first I have something called Tip Tuesdays, where I'm going to be talking to you about practice structure, just some advice on how to break things down in practice, because sometimes it's not about working harder, but really seeing exactly what you need to practice. So I'm going to talk about the 4 buckets of practice. You're going to see that coming up for Tip Tuesday. The following week is going to be beginner finger picking exercises with play along and PDF as well. And then the following week it's going to be for intermediate. And then I also have a beginner finger picking tutorial song. And then I have an intermediate finger picking tutorial song. So we have beginner, intermediate, and everybody that is bronze will be able to receive the beginner exercises and the beginner tutorial clinic, the live clinic. And then we have silver, plus you're going to be able to receive the beginner series and also the intermediate. So that's how I decided to work through those things, because going live every single week, I think it was great, but I feel as if though people just got really overwhelmed, and it's like, hey, having a clear focus is really just going to help streamline everything, and also just help lessen the overwhelm just on everybody's part. So we're going to get this in experiment, and each month for the rest of the summer, so we have June, July, August, I'm going to be doing that. Okay, so instead of having 2 clinics a month for beginners and then 2 additional clinics for intermediate, it's going to be 1 clinic for beginner and then 1 clinic for intermediate. But the intermediate, the silver plus, they also get access to the beginner. Okay, yay. I'm still going to be posting things on YouTube. It's going to be more so guitar focused, because I have lots of ukulele resources out there. I mean, lots and lots of videos, just hundreds of videos. And then I have probably 2/3 ukulele and 1/3 guitar. So I'm going to be rounding that out, but still posting some ukulele content. You're going to be receiving the exclusive chord charts and those types of things that are related to that content as well. Oh man, I think that's it. This past spring was really intense. I don't know about you, but the weather here in Wisconsin was really, really dreary, and it was cold. It snowed on May 1st. And there's nothing that we can do about the weather. We just might as well try to make the most of it. But to be honest, it was really starting to be a downer for me. And then also listening to Dust in the Wind, for 2 months straight. That video for Dust in the Wind that I made for the finger picking tutorial, that took me 2 months to make. No joke. So some people say like, well, how long does it take you to make a video? I have to create in the cracks, in the crevices of time, because I have 3 kids and they were sick a lot this year. And so I really had to think about what I need to do in order to be able to create content, but not also become overwhelmed with just the daily responsibilities that I have being a mom, but not just the responsibilities, but really just wanting to enjoy the time being a parent, because they're not going to be little forever. And I think there's been some, if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about, or just family members in general, or friends, things like that. It's like, that life is very short, and I want to be able to enjoy it and not look back and think like, oh man, you know what? I'm so glad that I worked more. I don't think anybody ever said that ever. And I guess this past year actually was just really difficult, because my kids were sick a lot, which I think was the story of many different families. Just seeing the things on the news, say like people are sick, and it's just really difficult health-wise this year. And for me, spending a lot of my time taking care of my kids this year, especially when it came to being sick, like sicknesses and just being present. And also with that, having to take time to take care of myself. Because if I don't take care of that, then I can't take care of anybody, right? So this Patreon restructuring is a way of giving me a clear focus, because there's a verse in the Bible that says, with lack of with lack of vision, the people perish. And I feel like that's exactly for me. I have to plan ahead. I have to think about things as a whole, and then I can start planning the parts. Doing things randomly each week, that's not my style, I realized. So I tried it and like, you know what, it's not working, and just found that the lack of thinking it's not like I didn't think things through, but it was the lack of the bigger picture. That's what really, I think, made me go, something's not right. And so then, as you know, reassessing that, and then also reassessing YouTube, just seeing how can I, you know, like the 4 buckets I mentioned before, how can I work smarter and not spin my wheels on certain things. So yay. I guess that kind of turned into a Be Real session right now, but it's just so true. Just thinking about reassessing things and trying new things and seeing how it better serves you, but also how it might free up the mental space, the mental capacity that I have, because there are many times when I feel like the hard drive is very full, to be honest, with the 3 kids. But I think that this is manageable, this is doable. Everything for June is, for Patreon, is complete. And I like that feeling. And then now I can start working on June, and then August. And then around August, I will give you another survey, and then you let me know what the other focus should be. All right. Well, I thank you so much for being a Patreon patron. It really means the world to me, because you really guys, because you all just really, you keep me afloat more than you know. So I just really appreciate your support. Thank you. I'm rambling. Bye.